Ladies and gentlemen, the time is finally upon us. The countdown has ended. The speculation has boiled. The whispers have turned into roars. And now, from Cobb County's Roxy Theater, under the warm southern skies of Georgia, Major League Baseball's 2025 draft is ready to begin. It may not have the fireworks of the home run derby. It may not carry the instant thrill of the All-Star Game's first pitch. But do not be mistaken, this moment matters. For tonight, futures are written. Tonight, hope finds a name, a jersey, a home. And yes, there's no shortage of intrigue. We already know the buzz. 8 names, 8 near certainties, 8 young men who've been watched, tested, graded, and projected into the top 10 of this year's draft. That much feels inevitable. But what we don't know, and what sends hearts racing in draft rooms across the country, is the order. The teams. The connections that will define franchises for the next decade. It is, in truth, a game of dominoes. And until the first piece is laid, the rest cannot fall. And yet, the murmurs grow louder. Because this year's class isn't just good, it's golden. Especially at one position, shortstop. 10 of them. 10 shortstops expected to go in the top 20 picks. Think about that. Half of the top 20 consumed by one position. This is no accident. This is no quirk of the scouting world. This is evolution meeting talent head-on. From sons of former pros, carrying on family legacies, to prep school wizards who've dazzled on dirt fields since they could walk. From the powerhouses of SEC baseball to the West Coast schools churning out polished defenders, they're all here. And they're not just promising. They're ready. These aren't shortstops who might shift to third or second or the outfield someday. No, these are the real deal. Gloves smooth as silk, arms like ropes, baseball IQs off the charts. They don't just play shortstop. They own it. And because of them, this draft carries an extra edge. Because every team picking early knows, miss now, and you might miss a cornerstone. These are the guys who change defensive identities. Who lock down the middle infield for years. Who hit leadoff, or third. Who become captains. This is not just a draft, it's a generational shuffle. And as teams begin to finalize their decisions, behind closed doors, in whispered conversations, in analytical models and gut feelings, the rest of us wait. We wait for the pick that changes a franchise's trajectory. We wait for the shocker, the one name no one saw coming. We wait for the slide, the rise, the reach. We wait for the calls, the hugs, the tears of joy. We wait for the dreams to come true. And oh, how many dreams are about to burst into reality. There's the 17-year-old from Arizona who's hit .500 all spring, who's faster than shadows and smoother than wind. There's the college junior who turned down the draft 2 years ago, bet on himself, and is now about to be a top 5 pick. There's the switch-hitting high schooler from Florida, barely old enough to vote, who's been crushing balls 430 feet and fielding like a future platinum glover. There's the son of a former All-Star, carrying the weight of a last name but carving out a legacy of his own. Every player, every family, every scout who's driven endless miles and watched endless innings, they've waited for this. This is the night where it all pays off. It's not just about the first round. It's about the ripple effect. It's about the kid picked 47th who turns into a fan favorite. It's about the pitcher selected in the 3rd round who ends up throwing Game 7 shutouts. It's about the reliever taken late who becomes unhittable in October. The draft is where futures start. And from Cobb County tonight, futures will begin in earnest. This is also a moment for the teams. For front offices who've spent months poring over data, for area scouts who've lived out of hotel rooms, for general managers who know this pick could define their tenure. It's a high-wire act, balancing upside against polish, ceiling against floor. Do you take the 5-tool high schooler who might need years? Or the college bat who could hit the show by next spring? Do you go safe or swing big? Do you trust your scouts, or your models? This is where philosophy meets courage. And tonight, all 30 teams step up to the plate. For the franchises picking in the top 10, the stakes are even higher. Get it right, and you build a future around a foundational piece. Get it wrong, and you set your rebuild back years. But make no mistake, there is talent to go around. This is a deep class. It's heavy with shortstops, yes. But also pitchers with devastating stuff. Outfielders who glide, hitters who rake, lefties with filthy movement, righties with elite command. And behind every pick, a person. A journey. A little leaguer who once played with borrowed gear. A teenager who sacrificed prom nights for batting cages. A kid who practiced grounders in the driveway with his dad until the sun disappeared. And now, he's a draft pick. Soon, he'll be in a team's colors. He'll shake a commissioner's hand. He'll smile through tears. He'll hug his mother. He'll cry with his brother. And in that moment, all the miles, all the games, all the waiting, it will have been worth it. Because the draft is not just about baseball. It's about belief. Belief in potential. Belief in projection. Belief that the right pick can change everything. It has happened before. And it will happen again tonight. So let the lights shine. Let the names be called. Let the cameras roll, the fans cheer, the players dream. Because the MLB draft is here. And for the hundreds of young men whose lives are about to change, tonight is everything.